Hello student, good morning. Today we'll discuss about your colligative property or azeotropic mixture of the solution. Okay. So in colligative property we'll discuss all the five properties: lowering vapor pressure, elevation of boiling point, depression of freezing point, osmotic pressure, like this way. So in different properties of the solution we'll discuss. Okay. Yeah, that is called the colligative property of the solutions. Okay, so let us start first your azeotropic mixture. A Z E O T R I T R O P I C. Properly write azeotropic mixture. Actually, of it the notes whatever I have written that I will send you also. So just try to understand exactly. This is the explanation of the notes. So I hope that you will understand. This is a type of liquid mixture. Type of notes, from notes you write the correct thing. I'm just giving the explanation. Type of liquid mixture. Liquid mixture. Type of liquid mixture having definite composition. Having definite composition. Definite composition. Definite composition and boiling mixture having definite composition and boiling like a pure liquid. Boiling like a pure liquid. Boiling like a pure liquid is called as a constant boiling mixture. Boiling mixture or an azeotropic mixture or an azeotropic mixture. Actually, in azeotropic mixture you can find 1:1. That means one solid or one solute and one solvent. One solute and one solvent in a definite composition. In a definite composition you will find. That means it will behave as if a single liquid. It will behave as if a single liquid and actually a azeotropic mixture, why we are studying? You are knowing that, no? Suppose the solute and solvent when are mixed, solvent having pure vapor pressure, if non-volatile it is, when it is added, what is happened here? That means the vapor pressure decreases. Decreases vapor pressure, increases the boiling point. Boiling point increases when vapor pressure decreases. That means when in mixture actually, when solute plus solvent the mixture gives, a solution gives, the solution, the vapor pressure decreases than that of the pure solvent. That's why boiling point increases. In oppositely, it is happened like this way. But in such cases, in some mixtures, such mixtures, where solute and solvent in a definite composition, if you are mixed, so at that time you can find the boiling point of the solution will be almost equal to the pure solvent, pure liquid we can say. This is called pure liquid. So in this case we say this mixture is called azeotropic mixture. Okay. Next point is what? Next point is what? Your colligative property. Actually, in colligative property, what do we understand? The properties of ideal solution which depend only on the number of particles of the solute dissolved in a definite amount. That is, properties of ideal solution which depend only on the number of particles of the solute dissolved in a definite amount of solvent. Dissolved in a definite amount of solvent. Actually, the solute itself are definitely a definite amount of solvent. How it is given? Number of particles dissolved by number of solute particles dissolved in a definite amount of solvent, and do not depend on the nature. That is important part. And do not depends on the nature of the solute. Nature of solute. Okay, called as colligative property. First, to understand actually this point, to understand the properties of ideal solution. The properties of the ideal solution which depend only on the number of particles of the solute. That is called concentration of the solute. Only the concentration of solute, not of the concentration of solute, but not the nature of the solute. That is number of particles of the solute dissolved for a definite amount of solvent. Okay, and that do not depend upon the nature of the solute. Nature of the solute means it may be any kind of solute. That is does not matter. The matter is what number of moles contained in the solute in such a quantity of the solvent. That is the important part. Suppose we two parts of the solute will take. One is your suppose you will take your sugar, your salt, your suppose sodium bicarbonate, something. The solute we are going to dissolve in the solvent. In that case, whatever the substance it may be, that is not dependent. Only the number of particles that are going to be dissolved in a certain amount of the solvent, that is called as the what? That is called as the part of the colligative property. Colligative property means the properties of ideal solution which depend only on the number of particles, not the nature of the solute. Okay. So, what are the different type of colligative property? So, among the colligative property, one is your relative lowering of vapor pressure number one. Number two, osmotic pressure, OSMOTE, osmotic pressure. Number three, your elevation boiling point, elevation of boiling point. And number four is your depression in freezing point. Actually, these are the different type of colligative property we are going to discuss. So, in colligative property, first colligative is relating lowering of vapor pressure. We will discuss. Before that, only one part we are going to discuss, that is called as the vapor pressure of initial stage of the pure solvent and vapor pressure of the solution, that is the solvent particle contained in the solution. Actually, from the first page of the note only I want to explain, because there I have tried to write the exact explanation. If you will not understand, you follow this video. See, suppose the pure solvent having solvent is your A and having the vapor pressure is P not A. This is the pure vapor pressure, you can say. When non-volatile solute B is mixed with A, Then as we know, the vapor pressure is a surface phenomena. Some particles of air could not get vaporized. Suppose we will understand this way. Suppose the pure liquids were here like this way. Suppose A particles, these are the A particles. The A particles are here, the A particles are here. In this case, the surface, what are the number of particles present? They all will get evaporated. So obviously, there will be a high vapor pressure. Try to understand. High vapor pressure. Okay. The vapor pressure will be greater. But in some cases means when the solute B is added. When B is added, what will happen? Suppose these are the A part and the B part are included here. B part are included here. Here the B. I'm just B. I make it as a solid part. You see, the B are there. The B are there. The B are there. The B is there, and the B is there. Initially, what were the number of particles getting evaporated? That will be decreased. You see, the arrow mark I am just rubbing. It is decreased, 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 and decreased. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Before that, 7 more were evaporating at once, and there it has been decreased, and where the particles present in A particles remain below the solute. Okay, below the solute. In that case, these are this particle wants to evaporate, but due to the presence of this solute particle, this part cannot be evaporated in that time. So evaporation decreases, so vapor pressure also decreases. So understood all of you? So P naught A was the initially pure vapor pressure of the solvent A. When B is added, obviously the vapor pressure will decrease. Already we have discussed it earlier in the previous class in Raoult's law. Okay. So that only you try to understand. That means when solvent was alone, at that time the vapor pressure was pure vapor pressure P naught A. And when B is added, the vapor pressure became what? PA only. This is called as the vapor pressure of the solution as well as the solvent when the solute was added. When the solute is added. That means here the solute plus solvent together it is. The particle of the solution vapor pressure having PA. Understood now? This part was very important to understand. Then, Radha. That's why. So what will happen here? P naught A is the pure, is the more vapor pressure, and PA is the less vapor pressure. Then what will get? PA definitely is less than P naught A. All of you got it? This is the point from here you get. And next step, you try to observe it, what I am going to explain. Second point is what? From Raoult's law, what we are doing? From Raoult's law, what we are doing? You are doing already PA proportional to XA. Are you knowing or not? PA is proportional to XA. Yeah, PA is equal to KXA. Where KX is what? This is called as the, what it is called? This is called mole fraction. Mole fraction, have you remembered or not? Suppose A and B, N1 and N2 molecules are there. Then mole fraction of A, XA, what it will be? N1 by N1 plus N2. Okay, did you recall? Mole fraction is that one only. So XA is the mole fraction and K is what? Proportionality constant. So here PA equal to KXA. Yeah, sometimes it is called as the zeta A. Zeta A means this is XA. So we say XA and its pronunciation is zeta A. This is the mole fraction of A. Okay. from notes you can see that easily can understand. Then PA equal to what it will be? K into uh, uh, K into XA. XA instead of what you can write? That is 1 minus XB. 1 minus XB. Why 1 minus XB? Because you know mole fraction of A plus mole fraction of a B that equal to 1. Total mole equal to 1. So XA equal to what it will be? 1 minus XB. So here K that equal to P naught A you can take, which one is the constant. Constant, this is also constant, that cannot be variable, that's why P naught A is the constant taken here. P naught is your what? It is the what? Constant value, that is of the solvent's vapor pressure, pure solvent vapor pressure. Okay, so PA equal to P naught A into 1 minus XB. Yeah, PA equal to P naught A. So multiply कर दो P naught A minus P naught A into XB. P naught A into XB. So you see here P naught A minus P naught A. That part we bring it here because negative will be positive, and this part we bring it to the right side. What are we getting? P naught A into XB equal to P naught A minus PA. Minus PA. So what we are getting here? This is the pure vapor pressure, and this is the vapor pressure of the solution, which is less than that of the P naught. This is pure one, and this is the solution's vapor pressure. Now it has been lowered because it is greater and this is the less value. Therefore, your lowering vapor pressure has been occurred here. Okay. So in this case, what are we getting? P naught A into XB equal to your P naught A minus PA, your XB equal to what it will be? Now P naught A minus PA by P naught A. So what is this called exactly? Relative lowering vapor pressure, because we have related in respect to the pure vapor pressure of the solvent. That's why this is called as the relative lowering vapor pressure, relative lowering of a pressure, lowering of vapor pressure. You understand it, no? Suppose I will take Y value on X, okay, Y on X, that is what you are understanding, Y on relate to X, understand? That's why P naught A minus PA divided by original value P naught A. This is called the relative lowering of vapor pressure. Lowering vapor pressure is this part, and it is relate on the pure value of vapor pressure P naught A. That's why it is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. This is the expression for relative lowering vapor pressure. You understood, I think. So here, what you understand here? The relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction of the solute. The mole fraction means what? It is dependent only on the number of moles. That's not the related on the nature of the liquid or nature of the solute. That's why what we can say, only the number of moles are responsible to find out the relative lowering of vapor pressure. That's why it is called as the colligative property of the solution. Did you understand, all of you? Only number of moles of the solute, number of moles of the solvent are responsible. Here the only relative lowering vapor pressure of A only responsible on the mole fraction of solute. That's why it is independent of the nature of the solute. That's why it may be called as the colligative property. Understand, all of you? It may be called as the colligative property. Okay. So your next point is your what? Elevation of boiling point. We will discuss about the elevation of boiling point. What exactly the elevation of boiling point? Look at here. I will just explain boiling point किसको बोलते हैं. What do you mean by the boiling point? What exactly the boiling point? You see, boiling point. Suppose a graph will take like this way. Here we will take the temperature and here it will take the vapor pressure. Suppose this is the line where we are taking the 1 atm atmospheric pressure. See, suppose the vapor pressure are like this way. Suppose substance A is taken. Substance A is taken. A is itself is solvent, okay, and B is the solute we are taking. Solute. Suppose A is taken and whose vapor pressure is here. At this temperature, this is 0 degree, and suppose at this temperature the vapor pressure is at normal condition. You can say in room temperature, its vapor pressure is started from here. And suppose we'll start we'll make a just heating it. The substance is heated. So what will happen? The substance is heated. When it is heated, obviously number of particles will be escaped out from the surface. So vapor pressure will increase. Now slowly it is increasing like this way you see. As temperature is increasing and vapor pressure is also increasing. And attaining here, just here, you see, attaining here, 1 atmospheric pressure, okay, 1 atmospheric pressure is attained here. That means what the temperature exactly it is attained at this place, this temperature is called as the boiling point of the substance. Boiling point. Got it? That's why, what definition you have got here? The temperature at which the vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to the atmospheric pressure, that is 1 atm, okay, is called as the boiling point. The temperature at which the vapor pressure of the liquid attains the 1 atmospheric pressure. Yeah, atmospheric pressure is called as boiling point of the liquid. Boiling point of the liquid. Understood all of you? The temperature at which increase कर रहा है, धीरे धीरे increase कर रहा है. Vapor pressure बढ़ते जा रहा है. Increase करते हुए यहाँ पहुँच गया. Vapor pressure आके यहाँ पहुँच गया. हाँ. Vapor pressure when reaches at the atmospheric pressure मतलब क्या होता है? 1 atmospheric pressure. जैसे यहाँ पहुँचा, उस टेम्परेचर किस टेम्परेचर में पहुँचा? मैं इसी टेम्परेचर पहुँचा. सपोज ये टेम्परेचर का नाम है TB. This is called the T naught B, but TB naught you can say. That is the pure solvent I have taken. This is called the boiling point. Okay, all of you understood how boiling point and vapor pressure are just interrelated. Temperature at which the vapor pressure of the definite liquid is attaining the atmospheric pressure, that is equal to 1 atm, that is called the boiling point. That's why T naught B is the boiling point of the substance. And now we'll understand about your what is that? That is called elevation of boiling point. What is the elevation of boiling point? Now see, suppose solvent B is added. Solvent B is what? A plus B. You are getting the solution here. When solution, the B part is added, obviously I already have shown to you the particles present here. What will happen? The solid particle will be adjusted here only. So that already have shown in the previous diagram only. Suppose these are the particles on the surface. As you know, the vapor pressure is surface phenomena. That's why on the surface number of particles will be evaporated. That accordingly its pressure will be maximum. But if the solid particles have been adjusted in between, so what will happen? The solute particles have been adjusted in between. The solute particle obviously will not be evaporated in that temperature, or the solvent particle is getting evaporated. So what will happen? Its vapor pressure will decrease. That means when the vapor pressure is decreasing, so what will happen? At that particular temperature, suppose this temperature, its vapor pressure is here, a pure solvent. This is called pure solvent, and this is the volatile one. And we are discussing about non-volatile solute. Those are non-volatile solute. In that case, at this temperature, suppose vapor pressure of this solute is this one. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, वेपर प्रेशर डिक्रीज कर जाएगा, बिकॉज ये वेपर प्रेशर सोल्यूशन का कंसिडर जब करेंगे तो उस टाइम में वेपर प्रेशर ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ दिस सॉल्यूट पार्टिकल्स, मोर पार्टिकल्स ऑफ सॉल्वेंट कैन नॉट बी evaporated, that's why vapor pressure will decrease. So what will happen, and this part is slowly increasing, look at here, slowly increasing, because ये टेम्परेचर से मैंने धीरे 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 प्रभावित हो रहा है, जब तक उतना पार्टिकल वो पहुंच जाता है तब तक ये क्या कर रहा है, ऐसा करके जा रहा है, एंड धीरे धीरे जाके यहाँ जब पहुंचेगा एटमॉस्फेयर प्रेशर, जब उसका बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ऑफ द सोल्यूशन पहुंचेगा, दिस इज द बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ऑफ सोल्यूशन, due to the solvent present in it, some particle of the solvent is get evaporated and solute particle cannot. In that case what will happen, you see here, at this temperature, now we'll find out the temperature of this one. You see, this is the temperature of mixture, solution, and this you take it as name as B. Now see, the difference of the temperature at which that particular solute is added with the solvent. This is the solution. Okay, vapor pressure of the solution. Now graph we are getting. So what is happening? This is called TB and this is the T0 B. So whose boiling point is greater? Its boiling point is greater. Obviously, the pure solvent boiling point, your boiling point equal T0 B is less than TB. This is the condition arises. So what we'll do here in this case, what will do, now T not TB is a okay. So here the boiling point difference is coming, elevation of boiling point delta B, here delta B equal to what it will be, now TB minus T naught B, or TB naught we can say. Okay, this is the expression for elevation boiling point. The expression for elevation of boiling point. Elevation of boiling point. Okay, and next part is, suppose you want to calculate. This is the point end here, but next point of it is what? How to calculate? To calculate the molecular mass from elevation of boiling point. Elevation of boiling point. In this case, what are getting? How are getting? You see. So now already we have discussed delta B. Delta B equal to TB minus T naught B. But you know that one. This delta B will depend on the concentration of the solute. The concentration of a solute means that is called molar concentration of solute, because the mass of the solute that are participating in the that is the dependable factor for its concentration. That's why we can write it as delta TB. Delta TB is directly proportional to M. M means your molar concentration. And we can write it as delta TB equal to your KBM. Okay. Now delta TB equal to KB into M. Delta TB equal to what do we write here? KB into molality. Molal means what? A number of moles of solute. Moles of solute by mass of the solvent. Mass of solvent in kg, or people write here gram, then you can put it as 1000. Okay, mass of the solvent in that equal to Kb into, देखो, moles of solute means what? The number of moles of solute means the given mass, that is your weight, divided by moles of the solute means given mass by molecular mass. Okay. given mass by molecular mass. Here mass of the solvent, if it is coming divided by mass of the solvent in gram into 1000. So what it will happen? It will be multiplied in the denominator, that equal to mass of solvent in gram. Okay, this is the expression. In short, you can write as Kb into W, that is your weight, into 1000 divided by, that equal to what are you getting? Your molecular mass into mass of the solvent. You write here solvent, and here you write solute, solvent in gram. Okay, you want to calculate the molecular mass. Then for molecular mass calculation, what will do? Now here delta TB equal to that one only. Okay, so molecular mass equal to mass equal to what it will be? Now Kb is what? Constant, into W solute into 1000 divided by your delta TB into W solvent in gram. So this is the expression for calculation of molecular mass from the elevation of boiling point. Okay. So now your work is what? To find out the to choose the number of questions from your book and try to solve the numericals. And next class we'll discuss about osmotic pressure and depression in freezing point. Okay. So till then, bye. Thank you.